Episode 10. The moon has set on Moonlight Pulse. Or something. I guess the moon doesn't really set when you're floating on a turtle through space. Actually, why is this game called Moonlight Pulse anyway? What do they consider the moon? Is it that Saturn-looking planet floating by right now, or... I guess a moon is something that orbits around a planet as a satellite, so... If the Arask is the planet, or would be the moon, the Virask? Anyway, the moon hasn't set because we're going back into the game. Let's just say Clyde had some kind of premonition or something in the camp before heading into the final boss and decided we should probably head back and be a little bit more prepared. What I'm going to do is sweep up some of the remaining things that I still haven't done yet. The 100% here only refers to the Arask's house. I'm going to try to go for the 100% completion. That shows up on the the end screen. I was at 95 last episode. So what I need to do is get the items and health and attack upgrades, as well as some other things here in the achievements list that I think I can go for. Called the last episode the end or the finale or whatever, but also need to actually defeat FP while keeping every curative agent alive. And that would be, I guess, more of the true ending, the ideal ending. I really don't consider the true ending to be the one where Clyde dies. Sorry, Clyde. Actually, I do want to jump down here. And now this is on the map. I think the map is now as complete as it can be without actually going into the final boss room. Just a little thing that probably doesn't matter at all. I don't think that counts towards completion, and even if it did, I'd have to go through there anyway. Items. I guess I won with this loadout by accident. I forgot to swap these out during that last run. This is good on Silex, I'll keep it on. I think the healing here, I didn't really recognize if it was helping Charlotte out. Probably didn't attack enough as her. Actually, even though he died, or I guess it was because of it, Clyde was kind of our main damage dealer during the boss, so maybe it'd be better to have him having a huge amount of damage on his flamethrowers. Even if he takes more damage, all we have to do is avoid the insta-kill attack, and I think he'll be fine. And on Charlotte, what? I guess she can have these back. Why not? Do those charge up while she's in the party? No, only while she's walking. Seems like it gets more frequent, the amount of particles emitting from her, the more charged up it gets. So there's an analog component to how much damage extra you get piled on. But you can store it, and it gets saved. First thing that I think I'm going to do is actually the journal stuff. So we get whatever items we get from that guy working behind the desk. Forgot his name. I didn't even realize. I guess we got them all. During that last gauntlet, we got all the stuff that we sort of missed out on. Mainly this Cordy Hive that I was afraid was only on the Virask. And also, I guess the Anti-Ghost showed up surprisingly, so there are only like 2 locations this guy spawns in, because it's only sensible that only 3 of them are required. So I guess we can turn that in right now. It was a different achievement too. Guess I can worry about that. Well, let's worry about it right now. We're in the area for it, so over here. Why does he do so much damage to these? What element is he doing? I guess it's not necessarily elemental, but just effectiveness. So I guess slashing is good on certain enemies. Like, oh, because it's a balloon, so slashing. In that case, is this also effective? Piercing? Well, it doesn't show up as yellow. Maybe the balloon theory isn't exactly what's going on there. So here is the closest point we can enter that's coming out of the heart, presumably. And this is the point that goes into the heart. I previously wondered if there was some way that you could create a complete circle, but you can't. There's no way of continuing past this point. The achievement I mentioned before for traveling a distance inside these arteries wasn't total distance, but all in one go. Guess I might as well do that right now. So from this earliest point, we're going to have to take as many detours as we can. And since these don't let you go in complete loops, that just means there's one longest distance pass, so should be pretty easy to figure that out. Start off by going right here and continuing along to the brain. Then once we get towards the HQ area, we head up and around Peak Scute, back to HQ, make a mini detour up here, whatever that is, and then what? I guess the longer distance to go would be back towards around the lungs, rather than going this way, although it's kind of hard to tell which one is longer. Looks like around the lungs should be longer, but the way this loops back in on itself, I'm not entirely sure. Then after that, we just exit back here. Just gotta be sure I don't actually hit the wrong direction on my control stick. Otherwise, this would be a pain in the ass to backtrack. A little bit. Look at Silex go. Is he the only one that makes such a disgruntled looking face? Can't really recall. Actually, Laguna maybe isn't having a good time. Can't really tell. Charlotte hides her face. Maybe she's gonna throw up or something. What about Clyde? I don't really know. Maybe he likes it. It's hard to see his face past those big eyebrows and the mustache. And back up here. And around the lungs, upwards. Four kilometers is the distance for the achievement. I wouldn't be able to tell how many meters you travel, but I guess you could use a character's height to reference how many pixels equate to a meter. And I imagine it's probably accurate how many kilometers there are. Oh, there it goes. 4 kilometers straight. Guess we can exit here. But it's faster to go back this way. I'm surprised it wasn't the full distance. If you were to take out all of the veins inside the Arask and stretch them out in a single continuous line, would it be enough to reach the moon? Probably, because the Arask is huge. Now our next heading, the original plan, back to visit our friend here, Chivo, because I assume that's an achievement pun or something. He gives you achievements for how much log you've completed, or rewards for that achievement. Last time we talked, you'd completed 18 Parasite Journal pages. But now you've completed 23 Parasite Journal pages. Good work, Agent. That's what I'm supposed to say, every time. As a reward for your efforts, I'm authorized to give you whatever this thing is. The Collector's Band reveals the locations of hidden items in rooms you've previously visited, even if equipped to an inactive character. There are no more rewards left to claim. I'm contractually obligated to congratulate you. So, is that it? No dialogue for the rest of us? Okay. I was so eager to see, I don't know, something out of this guy. Come on, crack a smile. We did it. We got all of the journal entries. Celebrate a little. I guess not. So I did know this item existed after reading some things after beating the game last episode. Otherwise you have to actually equip it to get the functionality. Guess we'll give it to... Well, we don't want Clyde to die. We don't really need this until we're actually fighting the boss. And then we don't need the Collector's Band while fighting the boss. A bauble for the true completionists. Chivo earned it as a mail-in prize for buying 6 boxes of Captain Lucky's Crunchos. I wouldn't think something that comes from a cereal box would be so functional. So how does it appear on the map? What am I missing? Oh, there's one. Right. I did actually think for a while about this area. I knew that there was this white border here, but I guess I previously thought this might connect up with the mouth or the brain or something. But I guess this is just kind of a dead end of the esophagus. And we missed something else somewhere down in the heart, actually. I'm surprised there's something even there. Oh right, it's probably just a normal upgrade. I guess most of these. Actually, maybe all of these are. Did I get the achievement for... I did. So that was the last equipable item. I'm not sure what icon equipable items might show up here, but it might be different from this icon, so these are all upgrades now. And... what, am I missing 3 of them? Actually, did I miss any? Thank God, okay. Kind of almost had a heart attack. Hopefully there aren't really any hidden here. I don't remember if I collected any here, but there's no way back here, apparently. Doesn't look like it. There's one here, though. So it looks like there's at least 4 I can see on the map, which I think means 1, 2, 3, certainly not 5 that I'm missing. 1, 2, 3, 4. With 4 more, that wouldn't be enough to get everyone up to level 4. Someone would be missing 1, so I think we'd still need 5 more. for everyone to be at level 4. I think Charlotte is maxed out at 4-4. By the way, did actually learn what this heart was. Just through looking back at my own footage. The heart counter here and in the bottom left of the screen, rescue count. I just thought it was a fun little number that goes up whenever you get an important cutscene, but it does actually have a use. Never really realized, but this is how many times a party member can save a different party member when they're down on 1 health. Actually, before I even knew that, I never really realized how many times a person could be saved, because it was always at least more than one time I was getting saved. Like if Laguna went down to 1 HP and got saved by Charlotte, Laguna could also then get saved by Charlotte again, even though he was already at 1 HP. I thought it was like a Pokemon Endure situation or something, where they only get saved one time, and if they're on 1 HP they don't get saved, but I think a lot of the times I was saved on 1 HP multiple times. Because of that rescue counter, which was ticking down in the lower left. But now I know. If Chivo won't celebrate with us, guess I'll celebrate my own way. I was saving this, but now that the entire log is complete, guess I'll go through each of the entries I haven't read yet, and read everything. Maybe just go through it a little bit quickly, just get the important extra dialogue that we got for completing the log, as well as point out any fun-looking stats or something. Eye leech. A stationary parasite that embeds itself in the body of a world creature and siphons their vital fluid. These things look tiny, but their tendrils can extend for miles within ARS body, a high-priority target, says the boss. I actually thought we'd only get dialogue from the 4 party members whenever we complete a log, but I guess it could be from anyone. It could be fun. And one more thing before I continue. Why do we only get entries for these 3 that aren't in the main party, and not anyone else? Goldrin makes sense, and Christie makes sense. They're hugely important curative agents. But we don't get one for the curative agent Victor, who I guess is retired. And we don't get any for any other NPCs, except Wendy. Why is Wendy so special? Is it because she bakes cookies? Did she, I don't know, bribe the journal maker? Megu. A mindless unicellular parasite that clogs ARS insides. Often captured so curative recruits can test their combat skills. Not much of a challenge, but it's very satisfying when they pop. Theo, a common parasite with a sharp crystalline shell, hurls its entire body at threats. I believe the technical term for the Theo's method of locomotion is springing. Gnatburn, a hovering parasite with fiery defenses. An infestation of gnatburn can raise the ambient temperature of whole regions. This rare parasite I hate fighting. Oh, the rare parasite I hate fighting. I always end up smelling like singed fur. Yeah, gameplay-wise, I guess this guy is designed early on to make it so that you hate fighting it as Silex, but immediately realize how easy it is to fight as Laguna. I always liked that game design choice early on. Taphlus, a barnacle-like parasite that slowly digests ARS tissues. When threatened, it defends itself with jets of acidic spume. They look gross, they smell gross, they sound gross. I bet they taste gross too, but I'm not about to check. And that boss, we already read this one. Be in durability though. Quick note on stats. Just looking at this again, seems like each of the main characters, they kind of have a balanced allocation of stats. As in they have a certain number of stat points to start with, and it's all equal for them. So let's say starting on E, you have 0 stat points. Using Charlotte as a easy example. Moving from E to D is 1 stat point, so every character seems to have 6 stat points. So Charlotte spends 4 stat points in each of the stats except for special, where she spends 2, total of 6. While Silex, 2 points in special and durability, 2 points in strength, and 2 points in agility. And then Clyde is somewhat similar. 1 point in special, 1 point in range, 2 points in strength, and 2 points in durability. And then Laguna is kind of lopsided, but it's a 2-2-2 on each of those Cs. I kind of like that they're all kind of equal in that way. Or was I? Right here. Pollinet. Sturdy parasites that spew noxious pollen. Due to their plant-like biology, they can resist water-based attacks. Pollinets sometimes defend other parasites, cross-species cooperation, or something more sinister. Calligra. A flying parasite that can lay its larvae in almost any environment. Nesting Calligra are fiercely territorial. Swatting these things out of the air is such a pain. They don't stay still for a second. Melioma. Slippery melioma lurk in narrow, dank passages. When threatened, a melioma condenses from a disorganized puddle into an aggressive blob of putrid goop. Although it seems like one organism, a melioma is a colony of microscopic parasites working in tandem. Signal leech. An eye leech that bulges with vitality siphoned from its host. Deters attackers with waves of searing plasma. It takes hours and hours of work to extract a dead leech's tendrils from Erebus' body. I guess the work isn't done after we shoot them off. Evo Fio, or Evo Fio. Mature Fio develop armor plating and a devastating laser attack. Curative agents strive to cull Fio infestations. Should that be infestations, or is that like proper English? I don't know. Before they reach this deadly stage. I take back what I said. These guys aren't nearly as cute when they grow up. Kuhworm. When a kuhworm embeds itself in a creature's spinal cord, it overwhelms its victim's mind with the undeniable urge to serve the swarm. Thankfully, these terrifying parasites remain rare. I believe that even parasites have a purpose in the universe, except for these things. That's an interesting line from Laguna, obviously because of what these things did to Silex, but I guess mainly these parasites aren't really anything that we consider sentient, but characters like Pipin, who are parasites but are still people, and even Nephili, it kind of feels weird to put them on the same level as these other things that, I don't know, feel like tiny, insignificant soldiers, part of FB's plan. Although I guess according to Pipin, parasites don't work together. I guess they're just kind of using each other or something. So maybe they're not actually in a hierarchy or something. Even though the kuhworm apparently makes people serve the swarm, so maybe there is some kind of hierarchy. I don't know. Vehicle. Each hovering vehicle functions as a living hive for dozens of smaller juvenile vehicle. It's shooting its babies at us. Oh my god. Well, okay. This pulsing brood erupts to defend the colony from threats. This parasite's puffiness reminds me a bit of my friend Joya in her big coat. Please don't tell her I said that. Already read Pipin. B in agility. But actually, no. They're not all kind of equal between the bosses. The bosses do, I guess, escalate in terms of how strong they are. Although Ragnar isn't really comparable with Nephli. I guess Nephli is sort of like the second biggest bad there is, even though we fought her, or you can fight her pretty early. Mollusca. One solid hit sends these shelled parasites rolling. They're much easier to fight if they're held in place somehow. During my training, Soren and I would play a sort of game by volleying Mollusca back and forth. I miss that. Who's Soren? Do we know who Soren is? Was that Grandpa? I don't remember. I think we heard Grandpa's name when talking to him as Clyde. It might have been Soren. We got Laguna's mother's name, but not his father's, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't call his father by his name. Calling his grandpa by his name, if it is Soren, I would maybe believe that a little bit more. Megaleech. Huge, spiked, and ravenous. A single megaleech can impale entire organs. Only the most skilled curatives dare face these monsters. We've never observed a juvenile megaleech. They seem to materialize from thin air to kill and feed. Cuddlebue. A crawling parasite that ejects globules of toxic grime. Its slime-coated feet allow it to creep along walls and overhangs. These things are everywhere near Peakskute. I think Nephili released them to torment us. Atilo. A nearly indestructible parasite. Curative researchers have yet to develop a weapon sharp enough to slash through an Atilo shell. Not so tough now, are you? And Nephili. Surprisingly, the A is in durability. B in almost everything else except agility, but I would have thought A would be in strength or something with that huge size. But I guess she did have like millions of HP. That was even more than FB, technically. We only won by getting up inside her, I guess. Rupo. A strange creature that shatters into crystalline shards when its fragile tip is struck. Curatives commonly employ the phrase nervous as a Rupo. Christie says these goofy guys aren't technically parasites. So is it okay if I kinda like them? What makes them not parasites, or not technically? Actually, I guess a lot of the parasites, almost most of them, are either fungal-based or bug-based, or I don't know. It's actually kind of hard to tell what exactly the defining feature of a parasite is. I guess they're all just kind of evil-looking. Or they're derived from species that can be painted as evil, like mosquitoes or big bugs. Mostly bugs, I guess. The more intelligent ones are bugs. I guess all the bosses we fought, including FB, who's like a praying mantis, are all bug-based. Except for this thing. This is just a ghost. Anti-ghost. A strange spectral parasite that infests ARS vertebrae. An anti-ghost will be destroyed if it's pushed far enough from its origin. Our researchers claim anti-ghosts are the dreams of infected neurons. Not sure I buy that. The dreams of infected neurons. Huh. I guess the infected neurons are the things that they can't stray too far from. Kind of cool that a neuron is basically projecting some kind of physical manifestation of what is essentially a parasite, kind of. Not a real parasite, but just like, a weird one. Kind of like when you put your hand on a hot stove, except the stove isn't actually on and you just think it's on, and your body, I don't know, creates something in your mind to make you feel that sensation. Maybe this is sort of like that. The Arask is creating some kind of parasite where there isn't one, due to some kind of infestation. What's the word for that? Like the opposite of a placebo. I'm sure it'll come to me later. Cordyhive. A fungal parasite primarily found on VRESC, but thankfully also found in the AirRESC. Well, not thankfully, whatever. The spores it spews can root themselves in any substrate, from dry soil to living tissue. Victims stay alive even as fungal stalks grow from their bodies. We're lucky these things are rare on AirRESC. And Racnor, which I didn't actually read his special dialogue after. An immense spider-like parasite with a plot to escape VRESC. Racnor wove an intricate web of schemes, at least from his own perspective. I like that. I like how simple that was. I gave Racnor a chance, at least. I wish he'd been wise enough to take it. So we actually killed this guy, right? Maybe I'll check the prison real quick. I thought I killed... Forgetting her name already. Nephilim. Thought we killed Nephilim, and she wound up here. But there's no way he's here, right? Yeah. We killed him on VRESC, so even if we didn't actually kill him and just made him unconscious like Pipe-In or Nephilim, there's no way our boss would have sent someone to pick him up. He'd just be floating on a dead carcass for the rest of his life. The VRESC. Alright, that's everyone, except for FP. I don't think this updates unless it updates during the fight. Probably not. Well, I just wasted a lot of time. Wasted a lot of time. Words. But I wanted to read all of those. Could have done that in my own time. Probably should have. But that's what these videos are. They are my own time. Towards the brain. No, wait. I went the wrong way. Damn it. I guess we're going this way now. Towards here. And back down. Now that we have this, we can just go through. I always wondered if this thing might be shoved aside, or, I don't know, if we would somehow get it moved and then we could jump over. Turns out you just needed to teleport. So close. If only there were some way to reach it. Alright, next one. Down in the heart, I guess, is the closest. Could pick that up last if we're... Yeah, let's pick it up last, so we end up back in the heart ready to fight the boss. This will help me get back to the brain for that other thing I was going for. Planning this episode won't be the finale, so trying to keep to a little bit of a schedule here. When I say finale, of course, I just mean the finale of what I consider the game being done. Don't consider a game being done after we beat the game and roll credits. Only after I'm satisfied, which in this case includes collecting all the items, but also certain other things that I want to do. Actually, yeah, I noticed this before. What's this portal over there? Now that we have the teleport ability, I can just do this. But when I saw this power-up before, I assumed we, I don't know, go through that portal to get this power-up. What does this actually do? Oh my god. You can go back here. In case you missed something. Wow. I'm so glad. Game design. Well, I didn't actually miss anything, it looks like, based on the item equipped. But it's good to know that exists. Game design. Guess there's no portal back, so we just have to bubble on back. Charlotte is sparking. Again. It doesn't matter anymore. I already got all of the thumbnails I need. Interesting that that's a one-way portal. Is that, like, important for the lore? Not that it's there, but... Well, I guess, yeah, just because it is here, does this imply anything about the lore? Like, we know that FB teleports in a bunch of parasites from VRS, or that was kind of the theory, while other parasites get parachuted in like we see here. But with this portal being here, does this have any implications about anyone else like Ragnar that maybe live on the VRS that could get over here? I guess without using the bubble or something. Was Ragnar actually trying to get over here? What was his plan in making us collect those things? Maybe he didn't actually have a plan, I don't know. But I don't think he can use the actual bubbles to parachute over, he's too big for it. Maybe he could use a portal though. But that portal apparently seems to be one way, so maybe it's no issue. Can't go down. Here we go. Next one is, I guess, all the way over here, towards the beginning. For whatever reason, this purple area doesn't have any veins going through it, except this one. Did I make a wrong turn? I kind of did. We can go this way, I guess. Should be quick enough with the teleport. And the stop after this one. Do we get iframes after coming out of the teleport? We do. We can teleport into enemies. I was being careful to try not to do it. I guess you get a freebie for that. You don't get iframes when going in, so while Silex's eye is flashing red and he's slashing it open. But coming out you do. Very important. It's interesting that Silex's wall jump doesn't solve all problems like it doesn't do there. When the walls are too far apart, still need to use other abilities. I guess Clyde would have also worked there if you get him high enough. So up here, what did I possibly miss the first time here? Something over there. No, not there. We're right above it. It's in here somewhere. I already got the one here. From the other side, maybe? Or below? I can't imagine. Wait, if there's a space there, we can teleport into it, right? No? I guess not. What is this? Why are you lying to me? I don't think it's here. Somewhere else. Over here. No? Not for sure. How is this possible? What am I missing? Okay, this is concerning. Map says it's here. I wouldn't expect the game to have any issues with this, not so long after the release. Get rid of this guy. The only thing that I could maybe think of is that it's in the general vicinity of an upgrade, but not actually where an upgrade is, by some twist of fate or mistake or something. But if it were here, I can't imagine where. There's nothing. Oh, there was something. I can't believe there was a wall you actually have to hit. What the hell? What the hell? Has there ever been a wall like that in the game so far? All of the walls that we had to go through, like this one, were just ones that you walked through. What is this? Well, I don't mind too much. At least the map was accurate. I was just about to go look it up. I hate to have to pause the episode to do that sort of thing, for the only reason that I hate having to do the math for the timing. I can pause my timer, but that always ends up going slightly awry. Oh, that's the wrong way. No, wait. I guess we're going where we need to go. Still, though, if we get one more upgrade in the heart, one person is missing out. I'm pretty sure I'm just missing something here, right? There has to be something I'm not seeing. A little purple dot that I've scanned over, but just somehow managed to ignore. And yet, I don't see it. Well, we'll collect this one and see if it is the last one. Actually, the first time we were here, the layout got all funky, didn't it? And I guess it still does. That doesn't change. Are we still in, like, horde mode, where we have to fight a bunch of guys in rooms that kind of block our progress? Oh, that's not it. How did I do this last time? I guess I jumped over. Right. Oh, I lost it. You can only do that once as Clyde. Shoot out the grappling hook, for whatever reason. I guess every time you land on the grappling hook, you can do it again. But if you miss somehow the first time, it's gone. Until you land. Wait, did I miss it already? It's hard to tell with all the teleporting around. No, it's right over there. Wait. Where is over there? What even is over there? Did this change after going through it one time? No, it looks like it's the same, I think. Huh. Weird. I see. You come through on this side, you see the power-up on the left, and then you realize, oh, I have to go back around this way. I assume the power-up doesn't spawn until you get right over there. Past this wall. Oh, that was weird. Okay. Well, thanks for the shortcut. So that wasn't everything, was it? No. Like I expected. Still missing one. Where could it be? I might have thought it was something that we get from our friend here. That it's something that's not marked on the map if Chivo has it, but Chivo already gave us everything he had. I guess the other thing is that items only get marked in rooms that I've been in. So there could be a room I haven't been in yet, but... Oh, here. I've never been in this room. Okay, I guess we're going back. Forgot I could do that. At least we don't get the hordes this time. Like this was a horde room previously, so we can just skip that. Interesting that you still go through the entire maze. Is the map accurate to that? Like how accurate is this map? Is it only like 80% of the maze, or does it like overlay the maze on top of itself? These are the questions that I guess can't really be answered too well when you only have a 2-dimensional map and FB's like a 4-dimensional creature or something. This again. Always going down this route, back from the heart. No quicker way, I think. One thing that I do kind of wish would be if you could hold the map open and select a direction whenever you're traveling, because right now this doesn't do anything pressing on the control stick. That way you could just, I don't know, keep the map open whenever you're navigating these circuitous veins, without having to worry about turning it on and off every time you reach a juncture. Minor complaint. Would help out people like me that are bad at navigating though. I always use the GPS on my phone when driving. Can't really navigate myself. Always have to have it open. I know there are people that prefer to open up the map on the phone before they go anywhere. Memorize the route and then just turn at every road name that they've memorized, but I can't do that sort of thing. Nope, wrong way. Oops. Sorry, Clyde. I can't apologize enough to Clyde. I'll be apologizing to him until the day I die. No, wait, we can't go this way. We can go this way, I guess. And just over here. How have I never been in this room? What was I missing? I see. I guess I never came back here after getting the crystals that increase your resistance. And this was all I was missing. There we go. Did we really need a separate section on the map for this? Minor complaint. Okay. Let's actually beat the boss with everyone alive this time. I think this should be 100% completion now. All the logs, 100% air rask health, as well as all of the items. No, wait. There are no veins in this section. What is this place anyway? It was the first place we were in, but it's not the stomach. They're digestive fluids though, or acidic ones. Can we actually go up here? We can, thank goodness. Oh right, we just wanna ride this all the way back now. A lot of this episode. Riding around. Almost there. What's this below the stomach, by the way? There's like digestive fluid here, but couldn't tell you what zone it is. It's classified as like a non-specific zone, I guess. That's what this deep shade of blue is, I think. And here we are, one more time. I think Clyde no longer feels that deadly premonition hanging over his shoulders. 100% certain he's going to survive, and actually... let's equip this. And save. So here's the thing. Start out as Laguna for the first phase, shoot upwards, do a ton of damage. Easy enough. I think I know how to avoid most of those attacks, and actually while reviewing my footage from the boss battle, I think I know how to avoid even those weird warpy attacks. Either jumping up as Silex like this, and then hovering above, just gotta get used to that, like that, so you stay out of the warp zone, or you go closer in the warp zone so you get dragged out of the attack. I'll try that latter one first, but if it doesn't work out, just gotta know this maneuver, not that. They're on different buttons. They're all movement based, kind of, but some of them are a dash and some of them are not. After that first phase, there's the falling blocks phase, where we just avoid them as Charlotte. And then, big damage, risky damage as Clyde, as much damage as we can, while avoiding the instant kill move with this as far away from it as we can, as soon as we see the attack. And after that, I think we can wing it. Here we go. Nope, that wasn't it. Maybe I need to get closer, or... let's try this. Why not? Damn. Risky time. And that's how you kill him. Kill him with fire. Noted. I do not understand. It was fire. This is not the end. I will stalk you from the spaces between the stars. So I guess we don't kill FB here. Might return for a future game? He's hoping. Someday I will tear the entire reality into shreds. It seemed like we chopped off his arms or something, though. Disarmed him. Oh great, Charlotte. Have you finally woken, Curtis? I see your stir. Fear not. I have pulled you from that blood-drenched battlefield, only FB's blood, and delivered you to safety. FB is gone. The greatest danger has passed. Already a medical team works to stabilize the heart. Oh, right, the Arask's blood, too, of course. Arask himself owes you their life, as do all who reside on their shell. I know it is difficult to believe when battle-weary and bruised, but you have triumphed. Oof. Everything hurts so much. Are you sure we're not dead? You sound alive to me. Silex, are you okay? I've never felt, better. Who am I kidding? I feel like I was hit by a meteor, but I'm still in one piece, mostly. Clyde? Oh no. Clyde is dead again. I screwed up. Snort. What? Huh? Why is everyone looking at me? It's gonna take more than a big old bug to finally put me in the ground. Yeesh. Sorry, Clyde. Sorry. This hunk of metal absorbed most of the damage. Gonna need some serious repairs. But first, they'll need my assistance with the heart. Things look pretty bad in there. No. You four have already given everything you have. I insist that you rest. I am certain that Christie has already begun organizing curatives and volunteers to help Arask recover. You're sure you don't need our help right now? Laguna, I literally don't think I can take another step. Please take Goldrin's very wise advice. Okay, fine. But you're not keeping us out of the fray for long. I certainly hope not. I cannot lie, comrades. The foreseeable future will test our resolve. The infestation has barely ended. Much remains to rebuild, and much remains to mourn. But thanks to you, I'm confident that Arask and their people have a bright future ahead. Gotta be honest, guys, this still feels kinda surreal. I didn't really expect us all to survive that. When FB started cutting, I thought. It's okay, Charlotte. You can relax now. We're all safe. Are we? He said he's coming back. At any moment, he could slice his way right to us. Nah, we roughed him up real good. I don't think he'll be too keen to tangle with us again. Yeah, and if he does, we'll all be right here with you, Charlotte. Thanks, guys. That actually makes me feel better. I mean it. You know what? Tomorrow, after I make sure my grandpa knows we're okay, let's all head to Peak Scoot together. We can visit your friends, unwind in the hot springs, eat as many cookies as we can fit in our mouths. You really listened when we said what we wanted to do after this all blew over, huh? Sure did. Silex wants to learn wood carving, and Clyde just wanted a big nap. Gonna get a head start on that in a minute, actually. Huh, I said wood carving, did I? What are you going to do now, Laguna? Other than take me to Peak Scoot, I mean. No, that is what I want to do. I just want to stay with you guys. I want to get cookies from Wendy's with you, Charlotte. I want to help you repair your mech, Clyde. And Silex, you'd better not change your mind about the wood carving, because I want a statue of myself. Fine, but I make no promises about the quality of your likeness. Is it weird if I think this whole ordeal was kinda worth it? I'm glad I got to know you all. If I had to fight FB to make that happen, I'd make that trade again. I guess I would too. But I really hope I never have to. These kids have their priorities, right? Looks like the future of the curatives is bright, huh, Clyde? Clyde? Oh no. He dies even in the canon ending. That's too bad. Sounds like he's got the right idea. Come on, folks. Gonna have a big day tomorrow. I can't wait. What a nice ending. I was a little bit concerned there'd actually be more. Like I don't know, a second phase that I'd have to fight through. If everyone survives past the first phase or something. Mainly because FB survives at the very end. And I thought, maybe he makes some kind of last-ditch effort if everyone survives and you have to kill him for good in the true ending or something. But no. You might just be returning in the future. Hopefully, if there is another game. There's actually a lot of other things referenced that could be in another game. Like how Clyde once saved the heiress life a different time. Or how there was a place called the Coastal Skewed or something we never visited. Even other planets or something like that, who knows. Why is the heiress cat? Shouldn't it dip down at the end? The final says 56.67, but the graph says it's tall. Maybe that's time-based, because I killed the boss so quickly it didn't show the final dip at the end. But there it is. 100% completion. I'm so glad. But I don't think I'm done. There's still a few other things I want to do. Oh, not that. Got these achievements so far. There are a couple of ones that I want to try out. Maybe in one more episode, or a few more, depending on how long it takes. But we'll see. I'm coming for you, Nephilim. Until then, now's a good time to take a break.